Good morning, everyone. Welcome. It is Monday. It is the 3rd of August. Can you believe that already? The 3rd of August. Where did the time go? Anyhow, we're almost in fall. I noticed today that the weather, even though it's humid, it's much cooler. So welcome. I am Kimberly Trimmel, and I am super excited to be hanging out with you for about 7 to 10 minutes. And I'm watching my time because I've got another event that I'm going to be doing shortly. But I wanted to say good morning. Good morning. Hi, how is everybody? Welcome. My name is Kimberly Trimmel. Thank you all for those of you who are who've been jumping on, and I'm adjusting my shirt because I'm finding I have to remember this is the opposite of the way it looks. So I'm like pulling on one side of my collar when I should be pulling on the other side of my collar. You know, you never really think about how you look until you see how you look. And then I can't see any of you, so I imagine all these happy faces. So good morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Today is Monday. Cannot believe it. It's the 3rd of August. We made it to August. How is everyone doing? I guess I wanted to check in with you, see how everybody's doing. And, that was the beginning of it. And then I was thinking about my post. I'll be honest, on, I think it was Saturday night, about 3 o'clock in the morning, I woke up and I was like, all these ideas, because I had been a little bit under the weather, but I am fine now. I had a cold, and you can still hear it a little bit in my voice. But, I just kind of laid low, and so I didn't do any Facebook Lives. But I posted, only because for me, I enjoy staying in contact with you all. But anyhow, welcome. Whoopsie, sorry, didn't mean to kick the table. So welcome. My name is Kimberly Trimmel, and we are going to hang out for a little bit. And we are going to talk about Let's Grow. So when I talk about Let's Grow, I don't know if you all have seen my Facebook post, but I put up a post this morning that had a plant, a daisy actually, growing out of a parched ground. A parched ground. Think about that for a minute. Something growing out of a parched ground. How does that happen? Well, we know we have rain sometimes, right? And we have sun. So rain, that could be adversity. We have sun, that's the warmth of the sun helps things grow. And if you think about something growing out of a dry space, that's what I want to talk about for about 5 minutes today. And I just wanted to share with you about that. Now, I know many people are driving right now, and so I will most likely upload this to YouTube, my YouTube channel, and I'm working on a blog, and I'm also working on, what else am I working on? A podcast. So I have become proficient in some areas regarding learning, and I, as it relates to technology, because I've had to, right? So I guess that would be my first example of growing in adversity. Growing in adversity. What have you grown in since March 20th? Why do I use March 20th as my date of reference? Well, because March 20th, I don't know about you, but a lot of the world came to a hard stop. That was when businesses had to halt. Some, came back, thank goodness, thank God. Some didn't. But what have you done, or what are you doing? Good morning. What are you doing to grow through this adversity? You have two choices. Actually, this comes from Joyce Meyer. One of my real estate students told me this. You have two choices. You can either be pitiful, or you can, preserve. You can have perseverance. Pitiful, or you can make it. That's basically it. It's your choice. Everybody has the same rain. That's why I use the example of the flower growing in the dry space. The dry space. What is your dry space? You might have one And I'm sorry, I forgot to put my phone on mute. And great, I've got a lot of positive responses to tomorrow's trainings. I've got, wow, they filled up pretty quickly, but I got about one space left in each time slot. Might even be able to do a couple of other things on it. But basically, I've got a 12:30 and a 2 o'clock tomorrow training on leadership based on John Maxwell's content. I am a certified John Maxwell speaker, coach, and trainer. Many of you know I've been teaching for years, but during COVID, I actually added, John Maxwell content. I've been following him forever, but I digress. So let's talk about, what are you doing to grow? Do you have a growth plan? I know for me, I didn't have one. I mean, I kind of got one almost 40 years ago. But basically, we have to remember that right now, our ability to connect with each other, our ability to connect with ourselves is critical. Basically, you want to build relationships with people. If you build relationships, your content is your connection. Back in the day, it was just book knowledge, book knowledge, book knowledge. But guess what? We need more than that. We have learned that we are not alone, so to speak, in this COVID moment, right? Why? Shelter in place. Think about it for a minute. How many of you had to get used to, and I can't see your hands, so I'll raise my own. How many of you had to get used to being in the same four walls for, 14, 18. It was like, from March 20th all the way till June? That was a big to-do. So the whole world is now your market. The whole entire world. Let that sink in a minute. Let that sink in. What does that mean? That basically means you have the entire world to work with. The entire world. And if you don't do it yourself, you can actually refer some of it. I just did a leadership training for someone in Lagos, Nigeria. I mean, go figure. I've got another one I'm working on in Hawaii. I've got to consider those time frames. And I've got another one I'm working on in the Philippines. And I've got the ones here in the States. But basically, your ability to communicate and contribute is going to make the biggest difference. Be generous. In order to grow, you must be generous. Stay in abundance. And this is the last thing I'm going to share. Stay connected. Sorry for the dropping of the ruler. Stay connected. Why is this important? Because of the fact that in order for you to, I'll just grab that, rule, right? In order for you to rule, you have to stay connected. Rule what? Other people? No, absolutely not. Rule yourself. Come to the table with contribution. Throw ourselves into helping others. There's always going to be the resistance. John Maxwell calls it the resistance. I call it the static. Doesn't matter. Use whatever word you want. That you can't do it. Now's not the right time. Don't do it. No, no, no. If we listen to those no voices, where would we be? Think about it. It'd be a shock, right? So remember, it's that voice that's telling you you can't do it. It's that voice telling you not to grow. It's that voice that you want that says don't, attempt something new. Yeah. Attempt something new. Basically, I believe it is Kurt Vonnegut that says, throw yourself off the cliff, figuratively. Throw yourself off the cliff and build your wings on the way down. So be mindful of the fact that, yes, now's as good a time as any. If not now, when? If you don't grow yourself, how are you going to possibly grow anybody else? So again, I said I'd stay short. That was short, right? I think it's been about 3 minutes, 4 minutes. Sometimes my timer's off, so I got to figure that out. But thank you so much for joining me, and me joining you, allowing me to join you. Thank you for allowing me to be part of your journey of life. remember, and I'm going to close with this, will you choose to matter? Many of you already have. You're leaders in your respective industries. Will you choose to be generous and lead with generosity when it is such a, what I want to say, a trap, right? To pull back and say, okay, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do this. I'm just going to stay right here in my little square. You know, be mindful that if you stay in your little square, what's that going to do? I believe I don't know if it's Gary Keller's quote, but it's where I heard it. You playing small does the world no good at all. I'll say that again. You playing small does the world no good at all. So be aware that you do want to make sure that you give out, even when maybe you don't feel like it. As long as you're capable, add value. That's how you grow in a dry space. Thank you for joining me. I look forward to seeing a lot of you that have responded. I'm blessed, absolutely blessed by the response that I'm getting. Yeah, there's still a couple spots available. I can do some adjustments here. I've got the 12:30 and the 2 o'clock. It will be content based on John Maxwell's leadership, the 15 invaluable laws of growth. And it will be very informational. It is complimentary, and I'm doing it I want to give back. This has been such a challenging time for so many people. So anyhow, I'm going to jump off. I just want to add value and make sure to contribute to my community. And you all are my people. So you're my tribe. So thank you so much. Have a great day. I will see you next time. Be well, stay well, and keep growing. Talk to you later.